howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump wanting a rebrand of the One Big Beautiful Bill. As Americans reject the policies in Trump's signature legislation by massive margins, Trump has decided that maybe it's the name that's the problem, not, the absolutely horrendous policies contained in it. In recent polling, the percent of Americans that strongly disapprove of Trump's agenda in the budget bill exceeds the total of those who strongly approve or even just somewhat approve added together. Trump's bill is a failure politically. When taken as a whole, Americans reject the bill by 14 points. This is an issue for Republicans because this isn't just Trump's bill. This is the whole party's bill. Rather than represent the will of the people, the plan is to just start calling it something else and hope Republicans are dumb enough to fall for it. I'm not joking. They're workshopping new names for legislation that is already passed. Trump himself said, quote, "Last month, in a landmark achievement, I also proudly signed the largest working-class tax cuts in American history. So the bill that I'm not going to use the term great, big, beautiful. That was good for getting it approved, but it's not good for explaining to people what it's all about." I think Republicans are missing the point. Their cute name broke with tradition. It didn't give people a talking point. It wasn't called the Patriot Act to make people think it was about patriotism. It wasn't called the Affordable Care Act to say it was about health care. It was non-descriptive. That meant people had to find out what was actually in the bill. Which, surprise, when people found out what it was all about, they rejected it by double digits. They're floating the idea of calling it the Working Family Tax Cuts Law. When you hear a Republican say that, just know they're talking to the least intelligent person in the room. They're talking to those people who they think they can dupe. You want a new name? Call it what it is. The Kick Grandma Off Medicaid Law. The Punish the Poor Law. The Billionaire Bonus Bill. The I promise to not tax your tips, but still will, but maybe you'll qualify for this deduction law. The Debt Doubler Law. The Rural Hospital Remover Act. The Your Health Insurance is Too Cheap Law. The Here's a token tax cut, so you give it and more back through higher prices because of tariffs law. The Your Boss Needs Another Yacht Law. The Poverty Goes Up and So Does Crime Law. There's no shortage of names for it that the American people already know. Americans aren't rejecting the law because of its name. They're rejecting it because they know what's in it. Honestly, the Republican Party needs to hope Democrats sweep the midterms and undo some of the damage before it goes into effect. If you think the numbers are bad based on just understanding what's in it, imagine what's going to happen when Americans have to experience these policies after prices get jacked up by the tariffs. One last suggestion for a new name. The Lose the Majority for a Decade Law. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.